Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today is Saturday, which is requested video day. Saturday is the day where all of you who are interested email me about videos you would like to see on this channel, and I do them on Saturday. So if you have an idea for a topic that you want me to cover, please send me an email. It's on the About page. Now, today's topic, which I think is excellent, is what do you do if you and your spouse disagree about money? So I put down 7 steps you can take if you and your spouse disagree about money. I think there's some good ones. I know when my husband and I got married, he was way more conservative than me. I was way more impulsive. That's changed over the years, but sometimes people can disagree about money. You have one that's very conservative and maybe one that has more of a liberal spending plan. How do you get the meetings of the minds to come together? First is actually, and you have to be in a good space to do this where you're not arguing, but sit down and have an honest discussion with each other. Both the people have to be very open and talk about what are your dreams, aspirations, and what is important to you. Remember, you fell in love with your spouse. There's special things about this person that drew you to them. So what are some differences? How are you alike? And just find out how you guys, can find out each other's dreams and what's really important to you when it comes to money. Number 2, have budget meetings, whether it's once a week, once a month. My husband and I have a meeting each week. It's not always a budget meeting, but Sunday nights we have a meeting. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it depends. We discuss important things and what's coming up. Part of that meeting is about money. I kind of like the idea of having a weekly meeting, and it can involve many things, not just money, but have a budget meeting and sit down and talk about, okay, what are some things coming up? Hey, we have Tommy's birthday coming up in 3 weeks, and I have some money set aside. What do you want to do for Tommy's birthday? Well, he really wants a party here. Yeah, but that's a little bit over our budget. And this way you have a dialogue and sit down and talk about, is your current budget working? Which actually, this is if you have a budget. Okay, so I'm assuming this couple has a budget, but they may or may not, and that might be part of the budget meeting, is setting up a budget that works for you. And this takes time, guys. It's not like all this stuff can be solved overnight. It might take a long time, but I believe in taking little steps, which brings me to number 3. You may have one person that's really frugal. We'll say it's the husband or the wife. It doesn't matter which one. And he says or she says, hey, I don't want to spend money on going out to eat, and I see that you're buying lunch every day at work. This is just a big waste of money. Well, instead of saying, no money on this, maybe cut back. And so agree on maybe going out to lunch when you're at work, maybe once a week or twice a month, and compromise and come up with something that you can both agree on. It's a lot about compromise. Number 4, set financial goals together. And obviously the one thing I did forget to mention in these 7 steps is set a budget. I mean, that's probably one of the most important things, is figuring out a budget you can both agree on, but that can be part of the budget meeting. Okay, but see if you can set financial goals, whether it's paying off debt, or it could possibly be not just paying off debt, saving for something special. And I know you may have different values, but if you can come together and figure out something that works for both of you. Number 5, and I think this is important, to share a bank account. I've known of married couples that don't share bank accounts, and all of a sudden they find out how the other person's spending the money, and they have totally different values and ideas, and they struggle financially. So you have to be open and honest about all spending and where all money is going. That's very important. And number 7, which is one of my very favorite tips, is this. Each of you may want to spend money in a different way. One person may, for example, love video games. The other person's like, I don't want you to spend money on video games because it's not important to them. Maybe that other person, they really love to spend on decorations for the house, but the other person that plays video games doesn't see any reason to buy decorations. Each person has what they call mad money. You decide on how much works for you, maybe $100 a month or $50 a month. Doesn't matter, whatever you think you can budget. It depends on your income and your expenses. So let's say you decide on $100 a month. That means that you can spend that 100 on going out to eat, on your work lunches. You can spend it on decorations for the house, on video games, anything you want, and that $100 a month is yours, no questions asked. Once that 100 is used, you don't get more money or get to charge anything. The quote mad money has really helped many couples out. So these are just 7 tips. I want to hear from you in the comments below. What would you do if you and your spouse were not on the same page when it came to budgeting and money? Let's hear from you guys. That's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I sure hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye.